record this. So I'll put my screen so you can see that. And then after we are done with that, then I'm going to go over a little bit about the lead spinner that Brandon's been doing about getting leads. And I never really looked into it, to be honest, until today. And so I'm kind of excited about it. It's pretty cool. So, and then I want to go over a little bit about trainings. So, okay, let me pull this up and I'm going to flip my screen so you guys can see. Here we go. Why is this doing this? Okay. All right. No, there we go. Okay, can everybody see okay? See it? Okay. Okay, guys, here we go.
Hey guys, I'm not really active on this page, but I just wanted to share. I'm already gonna cry. Just as I guess my works adventure, or where I've been in the last, I guess, couple of years with this journey, and the tears are only come from a place of just gratitude. And okay, I should have maybe prepared myself a little bit better, but so I'm going to try to make this story short and sweet, but to the point. I think we can all agree that in this moment of it works, there's some question and there's some fear, and there's a lot of things that maybe are holding a lot of us back. I know for a long time, maybe probably the last year and a half, I've just been myself paralyzed with not faith in the business, or Mark and Cindy, or Pam and Mike, or the fact that I'm in with the right company, with the right compensation plan. That was never the fear or the doubt. I guess I was paralyzed in doubting myself. And so for a long time, I held a really, being a top 20 income earner for a good almost 2 years, and all of a sudden to see that slip away, like, that was scary. And I got to the point where I'm like, I can't compete with Double Goods. I can't compete with, whomever or whatever, and just really started comparing a lot of those things that I think we all do and that we all struggle with. And I don't think if you're in this position as a leader that those things don't happen. However, in the last year, so we signed an agreement, or a lot. We bought a lot in Arizona, and just thinking, okay, here we go. Our income is pretty steady. Not a lot of high highs, not a lot of low lows, but pretty steady. And I'm like, I will take that over, I don't know, sometimes even the highs and lows. So it wasn't even like this dramatic, whatever, emotional roller coaster that I was on. So as steady as the sun. Signed the lease, got the lot. It was a year process, over a year-long process of building this home that was our dream home. And months into it, months, thousands of dollars into this home, and working with a lender, we got a phone call that he couldn't fund our loan. So here I am, scared, paralyzed, thinking we're gonna lose everything, knowing that if we lost this, and we would have had to forfeit a lot of money, that it would have taken a lot to recover for our family. But I was at a place where I'm like, if I had to do that, we would have had to do. You just do what you got to do, and I think we all know that. However, the next step was Africa, and there was something that I guess is like struggle, like, how do I go if I'm ready to lose all of this stuff? How do I even step out in faith that this is where I'm supposed to go? And how do we have this money to fund this trip? And it was just a lot of stress in that moment. But for some reason, and I don't know what it was, and what I do now know, that it was just part of the plan and part of this journey and just a part of stepping out in faith and knowing that even if I'm paralyzed, that there's someone much greater and much bigger that already knows the plan, and he already knows where he's going to take me and where he's going to, lead, and he knows that part. So got on the plane. I fought emotions. I fought a lot of fear going to Africa, not knowing what we were about to experience, and leaving there just honestly, just almost, I always say it, we're just wrecked as a human being, and they kind of warned us that you're just not going to come back the same, and you can't. And so, okay, first, I guess my little plug, go on a missions trip, and see how God uses you. And in that moment, I just remember getting there, feeling this peace of just whatever God has in store for us. I'm listening and I see you, and I didn't see any of all this other stuff. Sorry, you were trying to call me. That so many people are questioning and living in that fear. So Africa happened. We came back. Life was beautiful. I saw peace, and just knowing that whatever happened, it was just in God's plan. And so continued on, found a different lender, and you guys, it has been the easiest process, where I was thinking back up. Obviously checks weren't super stellar. They were going down. I thought, there's no way that a new lender is going to see a declining income, which was one of the problems with the first lender, is that Drew's income on his position was dropping, and unwilling to fund us. So that was my fear. And so then I was watching our checks. Instead of being super proactive, it seriously paralyzed me. So I saw checks go down, and August came, Africa happened. We got our commissions in, so I guess September. And the one time that I thought here we go. And that would really put whether we get the house or not into motion. And I opened up my commissions, and there was a pay raise. It was a $200 pay raise, and so obviously not huge, but it was a pay raise. And I just thought in that moment, this is not about me. This is not about my story or tuning my own horn or wanting limelight. It was just simply God led me to a place where I was needed, and he was going to provide, and he was going to provide in all things. And in that moment, all fear went away. And so, which brings us to today. We signed papers on this beautiful home that I don't necessarily feel deserving of, but I feel like God has led us to this. And on the way to the house to do our final walkthrough, I don't even know what station was on, but there was country music I think was playing, and I just felt, and I'm not super duper religious. I am big believer in Jesus and a relationship with him, but as far as church going, and you all know I'm a little all over the place. I probably don't always say the right thing or do the right thing, but in this moment I just was just quiet. I was driving by myself, and something came over me thinking, turn it to Caleb. And so I did, which is not unusual, but I just I don't know, song that was on was I'll Trust in You, and there was words that came on that just struck me to my core, and I cannot stop crying. But just that there's not a place where I'll go where you've not already stood, and how perfect and beautiful is that in this time where it might be scary, and it might be you might question, or people leave, or whatever it is, but just in that moment, God's already been here. He already knows where we're going. He's already walked this road, and now we just have to see it through and be faithful to him and to his calling for our lives. And I'm just super excited. So I just knew that if this house was meant to be, that it was not anything that had to do with me or my abilities, but simply just to say I see you. I want to follow you, and I just hope that's where all of our hearts are in this. And so I'm super excited for 2017 that's going to rock our worlds, and just know that God let us here and let us here together as leaders. And if y'all want a place to come visit, Arizona's really cool. So thanks for letting me like snot all over you all. And I love you all so much. And I'm reading your messages. You're all the best. So we're in this together. So mwah.
Okay. See here really quick. Okay. Does anybody want to share any aha moments or anything that they had from listening to that?
I just think that was freaking amazing.
Did you see it, Taylor, when she posted it?
I saw that she posted it, but I didn't watch it and I forgot about it until just like when you said something today. But I'm glad you shared that because I think that hits home. It hits home for me, but I think that it hits home for some other people too.
Mm-hmm. One thing that stuck out to me, you guys, I'm gonna cry saying it, but is that we didn't come this far to come this far. And I think one of the hardest things is like as a leader is to see your leader struggling, and see your team struggling, but everyone's doing what they should be doing. You know, we're putting one foot in front of the other. You know, you may not be recruiting a whole lot. You may not be, you know, a top money earner. You may not be where you want to be, you guys, but I want you to really think about your journey today. I want you to think about the many people that you are blessing in the process. I want you to think about how you have been blessed in this process, you know, what God has done for you in your life already. You know, I sit here and look at this screen right now, you guys, and every single one of you are either a stay-at-home parent, you know, a stay-at-home girlfriend, a stay-at-home, you know, something. And I think about that, and, you know, and it's cool to see, you know, is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Because, you know, there's seasons, right, with network marketing, and there's ups and there's downs, and we almost just have to prepare ourselves for that next season, you know, that next year. And I can tell you that every year I feel like we come out stronger, we come out, you know, more prepared, we come out more together. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts. So I don't want to do all the talking, so I want to hear from you guys and what you thought about it.
The first part of her video, when she said, in this moment of it works, we have questions and fear. And this is like technically my first season in the business, you know, like, yeah, I was in the business last fall, but like I didn't have a team like I do now. And so, you know, to see how the seasons fluctuate is something new for me. But the song that she said that she heard on the radio is the song that we played at my sister's funeral. And so like that song, it just kind of like hits me every time because it has like really good lyrics to it. And, you know, then what you just said, Allie, about like putting one foot in front of the other, like, you know, we're going to have our good days, we're going to have our bad days, good weeks, good months, you know, all that stuff. And it's like, you know, just keep putting one foot in front of the other and setting that example for your team. And they're the ones that follow you are the ones that are going to be with you in the end for that bigger dream to be reached and goals to be accomplished.
I think for me, like a huge thing was, so some of you know, I was a huge religious person in high school and middle school, huge. And so for me, when she's talking about like, leave it up to God, right? Like everything's in God's control, you know, like he's already seen where you're at. Ooh, this gives me chills. And so for me, that's really hard. I am a person that I like to have control, but sometimes in life, like it's not like that. Some of the situations that are going on, you literally have no control over. But we just have to have faith that it's all going to work out in the end. It is all going to be okay if we just keep doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? And sometimes it's so hard because we want to just be like, nope, we need to change it up. Nope, we need to do this. We need to do that. Like, we need to change it all. Something is not working, but it is. Keep doing what you need to do and keep doing what you know is right, right? Just keep following and things are going to work out. And I'm like Nicole, this is my first season that I've actually like had a team and understand what it's like. And for me, it's hard because I'm like, if I quit, where does it leave my team? Where does it leave people that need this, that are going through more than what I'm going through? You know, I don't know what's going on in their lives, some of them, you know? And so for me, if I quit, then I let all of them down. I let all of you guys down. That is a huge part of me too, is like, I don't want to let anybody down. So I keep pushing forward because that's huge for me. And I have to show them what it takes and keep going. Regardless if you want to or not, you're going to find that and you're going to keep pushing forward.
Something I want to piggyback to that really quick that I was just thinking as you were talking, Nicole and Kayla, is that I've heard, you know, a lot of your guys' struggles, and you guys have heard a lot of mine. And what I think about too, though, you guys, is that we've heard this many of times, but God will not put us through anything that we cannot handle, right? You know, we can have 30 people quit on us, but everything happens for a reason. And God does this to us to find out, you know, the strength of the leader, right? You know, you're going to go through the storms, but you're also going to go through the sunshine. You're going to go through the good times. You're going to go through the bad times, but it's about seeing, you know, what you can get through, right? And so as I was just thinking about, you know, her video, and I keep thinking, I'm like, you know, we're never alone in this business. You know, top money earners struggle. No matter your rank, you struggle. No matter your struggle, we all struggle, right? And I think one of the things to remember is that we need each other so much more than ever during these months, and coming together as leaders and just really working and utilizing each other's strengths, because every single person in this group has something to offer and give to this team. Every single person is good at something. And so I want everyone to remember that, to really utilize each other and, you know, bounce off calls off each other, Zooms off each other, the Q&A. I'm so excited for that. I think it's going to be awesome. Really having everybody hear from everyone. Kayla, did you want to add something to that? I saw you.
Yeah. So one thing that I wanted to add is, over the leadership retreat, we were asked to write down some of the things that we're grateful for. And one of the things that I wrote down was struggles. I am so grateful for the struggles, because without the struggles, I wouldn't be as strong as I am today. Without those, I wouldn't be able to see how much I'm willing to push, how much I'm willing to go over those obstacles. And I think that that's something that for a long time, I dreaded the struggles, right? Most of us do, but I've just come to realize that I'm so grateful for those, because that means that my life is going good, right? Because that means that the devil's trying to get in and trying to change that. So I'm thankful for the struggles, because it gets me through and it makes me see how strong I am and how much more I'm willing to push the next time.
I was just going to say that, Kayla. I feel like, honestly, I feel like almost a little comfort knowing that we do go through struggles in this business, just because it reminds me that this is real and it's life. And it reminds me that this business has so much more than just a wrap and just a paycheck. Like, it reminds me in those times that we have each other, and that there's so many things that we can relate to each other in this business. And I feel like a lot of us have gone through some of, you know, some similar struggles in the beginning of our business, now, like in the middle, whatever. And I have so much to relate to, and that makes me feel like I'm in the right place, knowing that, like you said, you love the struggles, because you get through all of them, you overcome all of them, and I feel like we never go through the same struggle, and if we do, we're prepared for it, and we know how to, you know, conquer it again, and we do it with each other. So I appreciate the struggles as well.
I love that you just said that, Kylie, because we're trying to talk to our team about struggles and about how you shouldn't be facing the same struggle. There's going to be new struggles. You're going to, get to one. And like you said, you're going to be strong enough to, okay, how did this come? How did this occur? How did this come up? How do I get through it? How do I overcome it? How do I become stronger? How do I go around this, get through it, whatever you have to do. And then you face another struggle, right? And then you're like, okay, well, I got over that struggle. So now I know I can get through this struggle. And then we're going to face another struggle. And I think that's kind of what this business is. There's new struggles and new obstacles all the time, but getting stronger with each struggle and each obstacle and realizing that, we've been through it before, we can do it again. Right. And I love that you brought that up. I was literally just talking to somebody yesterday about this because they were like, well, I feel like I struggle with so many different things. And I'm like, that's a good thing. It sounds like you're working your business. It sounds like you have so many different things coming at you and you want to just take things one by one by one. So I love that. Thanks for bringing that up.
I just wanted to add to that too. I feel like that Zoom that we watched together at, or I don't think it was a Zoom, maybe it was a Zoom, but it was the one that Ashley Sinclair had, and she was talking about her business, her lingerie business, and how the same time every single year she had the same struggle, she had the same thing to overcome, and she bawled and she, thought her whole world was crashing down every single year that she had that same struggle. Instead of expecting it to happen, but not with a negative outlook, expecting it to happen and using her brain and trying to think of different ways to solve that. And she did. She went out and she marketed her business more, and she, found new ways to overcome that same thing that kept hitting her every single year. And I think that hit super home for me as just as well as this video. I feel like if we have that mindset and we have that, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like when I have a struggle, for some reason, it hits me so hard where I'm like, oh my God, my whole world is crashing down. What am I going to do? Freaking out. And I feel like if we just have that positive outlook and know that we just need to confide in each other through every struggle, we're going to get over it and we're going to conquer it, and just kind of expect the seasons, what you were saying, Nicole, is expect that to happen and know that, it's not the end of the world and it's going to happen and it's going to hit us, but we're going to come out stronger.
I love that you said, Kylie, that somebody in this group has been through that struggle before. It's true. It's so true. So lean on each other, help each other, reach out, because it's not something to look down upon. It's something to bring each other up, right, together. So I love that you said that. I'm totally going to switch gears, and I'm not going to go over the lead spinner today. We can go over that if you guys want to do a training tomorrow morning, because I feel like I really want to read this again. Those of you that were at the retreat heard this, but I don't know why, but I just really want to read this again. It was our last night that we were at the retreat, and we went down to the beach and sit on the dock, and I gave everybody a light, and they got to turn on their light. And so it was like a little candle burning fake light or whatever. And I had everybody turn on their light, and then we went through and read what I wrote down, and it's called Let Your Light Shine. During this holiday season, the key to a great organization is great leaders. You guys, I can't even get through this again. Okay. Leadership is everyone's business. Take a holiday time off from your work, but not as a role as a leader. That you make this a holiday season where you stand out and truly make your light shine. We recognize there's also great evil in this world today, where people want to bring such great sadness and darkness into your life, your business, and your team. We have always had evil around us and probably always will. And people will constantly want us to react out in fear and hate, but when we do, they win and we lose. Let no man drag us down so low as to we hate them or despise them. We can choose tolerance over judgment. We can choose compassion over cold-heartedness. We can choose forgiveness over blame. And I challenge you to be deeply committed to being a leader, to having conversations with your team that consist of being encouraged, affirmed, challenged, constructive criticism, and inspired. And question to ask yourself is, can we shine our inner light into the lives of others through good conversations throughout the rest of this year? I want you to have conversations that matter, that have purpose, and that are filled with love. January 2017 is going to come so quick, and I want you to look back and be able to say, I had good conversations that mattered. I made a real difference in someone's life on my team, and I gave someone the best version of me. I let my light shine through them. I encourage you to be the leader within yourself this holiday season. Let the quality of your light shine and work within your strengths so that your team sees them as well. I don't know, you guys. I think that hit home for me so much, that video, and I hope that it did for you too. And I want you guys to know that you're not in this alone. You have I can't even talk. You have every support that you need. You just got to reach out and you've got to tell us what you need. But I want you to know that somebody has been through it before, and somebody may be going through it right now too. So don't hesitate to speak up, reach out, share your struggles, share the good, just be that leader and that light for this team and for your own team. And I know that we will come out even stronger, bigger, better. And I know 2017 will absolutely blow 2016 out of the water. Do any of you guys want to share anything before we finish up?
I just wanted to share something again. Sorry.
Oh my God, don't be sorry.
I feel like I've been so damn quiet for so long that now I have all these freaking thoughts. My biggest thing, you guys, that I'm kind of dealing with right now is, and I know some of you on here can relate, and some of you are thriving right now, so I'm like kind of looking for some advice. But thanks for saying that, Allie, about not being scared to reach out, because there's somebody out there that needs you. And that just reminded me, because I feel like I'm not struggling. I'm just so damn stubborn, and I feel like I don't like to always share my feelings. I kind of like to hold them in, and I kind of just like to coast sometimes through life and just, be all positive Nancy all the time, and which is good and bad. But I feel like I have so much to offer the team, and I feel like sometimes I hold back. I feel like everyone's fine. Like, everyone's doing great. Everyone's okay. Like, they don't need to hear from me. Like, everyone's good. Or I feel like when I'm feeling kind of off, everyone else is thriving. And when some people, when I feel like I'm thriving, I feel like people are struggling. Like, there's some people struggling. So I guess I'm just kind of venting, but I just feel like I'm glad that you guys said that, and that you are talking about this, because I feel like it's a good reminder that we do need to share our struggles and what we're going through in this business. And it's way more, it's important because it's above us. There's other people that need us that are going through what we are. And I feel like that's something that's going to help me maybe right now kind of be more open to reaching out and to not holding back anymore, because that's my biggest thing right now is I'm so comfortable and I'm so happy that I'm just holding back, and I'm disconnecting myself because I'm like, oh, everyone's fine. Like, I'm fine. Life's good, da, da, da. But I feel like it's important to know that there's, other people are above us right now, and we need to help other people above ourselves. And so this video hit hard for me, and thank you for that reminder of sharing what we're going through too, because I think it's important to know,
I like that you share that though too, Kylie, because I feel like I was just reading your text literally like as you were talking, you know, and you were saying, you know, gosh, I was going to mention that last week, but then I don't know why I did. And I don't know, you know, I don't know why we do that, because I feel like sometimes I do that too. You're just like, no, they already know that, or they don't need that, or, you know, but I want you to, whatever thoughts or feelings or emotions or anything you guys are feeling, share it. I want you guys to be loud and share what you're going through, share your goods, share the highs, share the lows, you know, share that. Our team, you know, needs you. They need every single one of you. And I don't want you to think just because you're ranked, just because you're struggling, that, you know, you don't, what you say doesn't matter, I guess I should say. So don't hold back, honestly, share it all, because I know that when you guys go live and you guys share your thoughts and share your feelings, that somebody needs to hear it. Somebody on our team needs to hear it, whether it's good, whether it's not so good. Somebody else is going through that you may not even know. Somebody maybe on like Kendra's 25th level, and they needed to hear it and they start working again, right? It may even be somebody that's like, God, I've just been, you know, it hasn't clicked for me, and it finally clicked because so-and-so said it, you know? So I strongly encourage you guys to just be loud and share what's going on. So I appreciate you bringing that up, Kylie. Does anybody else want to share anything?
I'll share something if nobody else is going to. I wanted to share, like, I've kind of like Kylie. I've always been a person that, you know, don't be a problem. I don't want to share any of my feelings. I don't want to share any of my thoughts, nothing like that. I've always held stuff in. Lucas was the first person that I've ever been like all the way honest with. And so he's helped me, like, you need to share when you're feeling down or this or that or whatever. Right. And so being a part of this has been huge, because I feel safe to share my feelings, to share my struggles and things like that. And so, you know, being a part of the Diamonds was so huge for me, because it's such a tight-knit group. We are so close, and we all have been in this business and can feed off of each other. And I love it, because I can come to you guys and share my struggles. But today was a really hard day for me to branch out and start sharing my why with people. Oh, I'm not going to cry. It's hard to share that, you know, we've never dealt with financial struggles, ever. And, God damn it. And so it's hard to share that and to tell people, like, we're broker than we've ever fucking been. Excuse my language. And so, like, for me, it's important that people understand that. It's important that people know that we struggle and we've been there, because they can relate, and that they know that they can keep pushing forward. It doesn't have to stop you. It doesn't have to sway what you're doing. You know, I don't even know how many times I've told my husband, I'm going to go get a job, and I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go work nights. I'm going to go, you know, I'm going to babysit again. And he tells me, no, you need to focus on what you're doing. You need to stay at home with our girls. You need to focus on It Works. You are doing amazing. People need you, you know? And so for me, that's just huge, because I hate sharing it, but it gives me that much more drive to work my business. It gives me that much more reason to keep pushing forward. So that's all I want to say. I tried not to cry.
We have about less than a minute left, girls. Does anybody else want to share anything? Talk about a powerful Zoom. Oh my God. I recorded this, so if you guys want it, you can have it. I know a couple of them that couldn't be on wanted the recording, so I will send it over to them. Or actually, I'll just post it in our group, so you guys can just have it. I'll just post it in there. But I want to let you guys know that I appreciate every single one of you. I want you guys to know that you are here for a purpose. You're in the right place at the right time, and I'm glad that every single one of you guys got on here today, because I know that it impacted and moved you in some way, shape, or form, just as much as it did me. So have a great Tuesday, girls. It's going to be so weird not going to training tonight. You think so, Taylor? Okay. Okay, I'm posting the team page. Let's do it. Show the team how the leaders went through. Oh.